Hi, and welcome to this quick tutorial. Today you're going to be learning how to review your Zoom settings to give you the maximum control of the meetings that you have. Then we're going to look at downloading Google Drive file stream, which is going to free up some space on your local computer. And then it's going to set you up so that your recordings are then saved in the cloud, and then you can share those in the Google Classroom. So let's take a look. The first thing that we're going to do is we need to go to our Google Drive. It's going to be our first step. And then within Google Drive, what you're going to do is you're going to create a folder. And this folder is going to be called Zoom Recordings. Zoom Recordings. Okay. So I now have a file or a folder that says Zoom Recordings right in there. Perfect. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to download Drive file stream in Google. So you go to google.com and then type in Drive file stream, and then you're going to see this article here that says Deploy Drive file stream, G Suite admin help. Go ahead and click on that. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you're going to see Windows or Mac. I'm a Mac, so I come here and I just click download. If you're Windows, you can download there. And then once you are done, it's going to give you something that looks like this, where you can see it says the Google Drive thing. I mean, you have to install it, but once you install it, it'll give you the Google Drive file stream. And basically what this does is it's like having your Google Drive on your computer. However, it doesn't take up any of your space. So even though your Google Drive is massive and it has tons of files and stuff, it's not on your local computer. And so what it's going to enable you to do is access your files. So if I go into my Drive, you can see I've got my folders in here. There's my new one I just made called Zoom Recordings. I can access that. So that's kind of like the setup for the backend that you need to do. You need to download Google Drive file stream, and you need to create that folder in your Drive. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our Chrome here, and we're going to go into your Zoom account. So go to zoom.com or whatever, single sign-on. It'll bring you here to your settings. And what you're going to do is you are going to go through and click it'll probably start here, profile, but then you're going to click on the settings here. And what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down, and I really want you to just take a few minutes and just kind of read through some of these things. Like, do you want to have a waiting room? Do you want to require a passcode when scheduling new meetings? So you can go through and you can see a bunch of these. There's one that says only authenticated users can join meetings. And if this is turned on, sometimes students will have trouble logging into your Zoom. So for me, I just turn it off. But there's a ton of different things that you can go in here to really give you an experience that you want to have when you're doing your Zoom meetings. Now, not everyone's going to have the exact same experience. Some people may allow for private chat. They're like, yeah, it's okay for people to private chat while I'm teaching. Other teachers don't want that at all. So just go through all these different settings and make sure that this is right for you. The annotating, whiteboard, remote control, co-hosts, all that stuff. Take a look, go through it, make sure that your Zoom is set up the way that you want to be, set up. Even virtual backgrounds, like sometimes, I use a virtual background. You can see behind me. You may be wondering, like, how did they do that? Click on that. So that's step one of the settings. Step two is you're going to go to your actual Zoom. And within your actual Zoom, you're going to click Zoom and then Preference. So once you're in Preferences, you can see audio working as I'm using it. You're going to click on Recordings. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it so when you record, you're actually going to be recording your videos to your Google Drive file stream. That way, it's not on your local computer taking up a bunch of space. Once I've chosen my recording and my destination of where I want to have my local recordings downloaded to, all I'm going to do is click on this button here and click choose new location, and then I click Google Drive, which is right down here, and then my drive, and then I'm going to choose Zoom recordings, and so that's where it's going to go. And now anytime that I record something on Zoom onto my computer, it's actually not going to go on my computer, it's going to go straight to my Google Drive. So it kind of bypasses your hard drive on your local device. And you can also come here and you can add some other stuff here if you want to add a timestamp, or you want to keep temporary recordings. Anyways, just again, read through the different options to make it the way you want it, but be sure that your local recording is going to go in your Google Drive file stream. Okay, so once that's happened, you're now set. You are ready to record. So when you have a meeting, like I'm in a meeting now, here's the main page. I'm going to click on the record button, and when I do that, I have two options. I can record on this computer, or I can record to the cloud. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to record to the computer. So click record to the computer, and remember, it's going to go directly into my Google Drive file stream. So it's really not going to be recording on the computer, but it's going to bypass through your computer. So it is recording now. See the little record button up here. When you're ready to move on, I'm going to just click OK, the meeting's over, stop recording. And then now what I'm going to do is end the meeting. Okay, it's going to be converting, and it's right where I want it to be. Old one. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Google Drive, and then I'm going to click on Zoom recordings. When I click on Zoom recordings, I'll have the recording that I made. So I click on that, and then I'm going to click on share. So I click on share, click copy link. Once I've done that, I've got my link. I can now go to my Google class. So here's my tech class example. I click on classwork, create, and I'm going to click material, Zoom recording example, and I can add it this way through a link, or you can add it just through your Google Drive itself. I can just find it. Drive, oh, it's on my recent, there we go. Click insert. So lots of different ways you can do it, but anyways, and I click post, and now your students have access to your recording. So there you have it. Just to circle back, we've reviewed our Zoom settings to give you the maximum control of your Zoom. We've downloaded Google File Stream to free up space on your computer, and then we've taken the recordings from your Zoom, bypassed your local computer's hard drive, and put them straight into your Google Drive. So that's basically how you do it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime at tech@aislegos.org. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.